means that somewhere deep within you, you know that there is a far more better way to do things that you love to do, that you want to do, that you want to bring into this world, which can be guided by your inspiration, joy, expansion, creative spark, flow, and ease and clarity whilst you take the aligned action. And everything is in alignment with your truest, highest self. Not trying or pretending to follow someone or somebody, hoping that you will become successful. Hello, amazing people. Welcome to Be Your Unapologetic Self podcast show. I am your host, Sharayu, a success and abundance coach. My intention and purpose with this podcast show is to help you unleash your unique, authentic, unapologetic higher self so that you can break free of any limitations that you once thought were holding you back from having massive success and abundance that's meant for you. So stay tuned as I raise the curtains, take you through this amazing journey of becoming our unapologetic self to achieve greater success and freedom in your life. Today's podcast show and this episode is all about a very important conversation, which is actually answering this question: are you leading your life, your work, your business, everything that you do from a place of alignment? Are you leading with alignment? I think this is a very important conversation when it comes to how we do things, what we do. Now, let me begin by asking you a question. Has it ever happened to you that you started something driven by inspiration, passion, drive, purpose, something that ignited that spark within you, and you decided to go all in with all that you have? So let's say that you started pursuing that passion, that hobby, or a creative endeavor. And as you started loving the process of doing it, something within you started to feel like maybe it's time to go big. You thought that it is time to pivot and think, if you do this the other way, what you see others doing around you. And thinking that if you also start following how they are doing things, you would also start being that big success that you see them having. Perhaps you started looking around to get clarity and unconsciously just got carried away, dissociating yourself from your personal power, your knowingness, your intuition, that spark within you, and just went on blindly following something or someone in hope of finding that success or being successful. But after having done all of that, you put in all the real hard work. You really gave all that you had. You did the things that somebody told you you should do to be successful. And you realized that after reaching that goal or target, that this cannot be it. Even if you, let's say, hit the target, you realize that there was no joy, no satisfaction or fulfillment as you reached your goals and target. Maybe you even felt exhausted or depleted to reach there. So has that ever happened with you? This is a very common pattern where we set out to pursue something which is so aligned with our own inspiration, passion, that creative force and spark within us. However, sometimes we get lost into that outside noise. Sometimes we fall into the trap of comparison, trying to do something like someone or chasing things endlessly just under the disguise of doing more, hustling more, but everything in a very misaligned energy, which then leads us to feel exhausted, losing our creative spark, or even feeling burnt out. Let me give you an example from my personal experience. So when I decided to start my coaching business, I was very determined to do it in a way that truly lights my spirit and truly pursue my creative endeavor from my creative endeavor in the way that sparks that joy within me, because I cared about the purpose of what I was doing, what I wanted to create and build. I cared about the energy that I was showing up, aligned to my true authentic self. And I promised that I would not get into this comparison trap or follow or conform to the set rules or standards. But then there came a point where there were delays in getting the result that I was seeking. And the patience got best of me due to the fear of things not working out how I anticipated them or how I wanted them to happen for me. I started desperately searching for solutions, fixes, external strategy, thinking that I needed something to be solved for my problem, when the only solution that I ever needed was actually to get into my highest authentic alignment, to seek clarity from within and not from outside. Because moment you start seeking for that clarity and solution from outside of you, you would get consumed by that chaos and noise. I knew that I had to take that aligned intuitive action and operate from my feminine energy of intuition, inspiration, and boldness, and not just follow some plain cookie cutter strategy like follow these 10 steps to grow your business or your money, which eventually you would just feel like frustrated, unsatisfied, and drained. What I'm here to tell anyone who is listening to this, and I know if you're listening to this so far, it means that somewhere deep within you, you know that there is a far more better way to do things that you love to do, that you want to do, that you want to bring into this world, which can be guided by your inspiration, joy, expansion, creative spark, flow, and ease and clarity whilst you take the aligned action, and everything is in alignment with your truest, highest self. Not trying or pretending to follow someone or somebody, hoping that you will become successful. Not chasing those goals endlessly only to find that even once you have achieved them, it does not bring you that level of fulfillment or joy. Now, let me also clarify here something in this conversation. Now, I'm not saying about not seeking or asking for help and support from others or outside of you. You definitely get to have the support, you definitely get to have the help, and that is so essential, especially when you're building something. I have seeken and I continuously seek out support and help to do what I want to do. But again, when you start to have that awareness that that support or that help that you are seeking from someone, it is coming from a place of alignment, which means, for example, I continue to invest in myself in order for my business to grow. Like I invest in coaches and mentors. When I decide to invest in a coach or a mentor, I decided from a fact that, first of all, what are they doing and who are they being? Is that aligned with my strategy, or is that aligned with my authentic energy, with my inspiration, with my soul? And when I feel that connection, that is when I decide to invest in them. And it is never out of the place of lack, fear, scarcity, or any illusion thinking that, okay, if I hire them or if I do the work what they are telling me to do, I would reach my goal without even me being into my alignment. Because I have tried that path, let me tell you, trying to find solution out of me, try investing in so many courses or investing in coaches, but then it was not aligned to the energy, or it was not aligned to me where I was in that point in my journey. And when you do things from this misaligned energy, no matter how great the product, the service, or the offering is, it is not going to give you that kind of a result that you are seeking. That is the most important reason why alignment becomes so much crucial before we do anything or everything. Secondly, one more clarification here is that this is also not about not doing anything or not taking action, just keeping on waiting for alignment endlessly, contemplating or overthinking, procrastinating things. No, we have to take action. Because there is absolutely no way to set a momentum for something that you are building or working on, creating on your own, if you don't take a consistent action. You need to sow the seeds, you need to nourish them, you need to nurture them. But again, this action that you are ought to take, it does not have to come from this place of hyper masculine energy of doing, thinking that the more I do, more I'll get. The more I struggle, strive, and suffer, more success would be mine. No, that is a very misaligned energy. This is the old paradigm and conditioning to operate from, which then eventually leads to stress and burnout in a long run. When I speak about taking aligned, inspired action, this comes from a place of alignment, inspiration, ease, doing that thing which lights you up, following those intuitive nudges, taking the action even though it seems illogical. Because that is where your biggest breakthroughs lies. I promise you this. And this does not mean that aligned intuitive action will be always comfortable or easy. No. It can be bold, it can be massive, it can be uncomfortable, but then you trust your inner guidance to do things that you are called to do. Because deep within you feel that expansiveness, knowingness, and certainty that you have got this. And this is what is always going to give you this huge returns more than you can ever contemplate. Now, I know it's easier said than done to not get caught up in comparison loop or follow others, especially when you desperately want those results or you are seeking some quick result. But I always think that in any situation, there is a better aligned way. You just got to be willing, patient, and open to possibilities, and also courageous enough to follow your heart, knowing that the best will happen to you and for you. Another important thing that I think will serve you when you commit to stay in your truest, highest alignment, your highest potential, is that you will not allow the external negative critical judgment, opinion of others to stop you or slow you down, which becomes again a very, very common pattern at times where we fall into the trap of giving away our power to something outside of us. You will not get consumed by any unconscious fear, lack, limitations, which perhaps currently is holding you back from playing big, expressing yourself boldly. You will override all of that and you will know your inner resourcefulness, your innate power, courage to co-create anything you desire from your authentic energy. And it is a co-creation process because you don't have to do it everything all by yourself. You get to have support both from the physical, tangible scene and also the non-physical, unseen forces. Now, this is a very powerful quantum discussion to have, but the bottom line of this is that you get to have what you want in a way that you want, all of which from your highest, truest alignment. You do not have to compromise, you do not have to suffer, strive, struggle, overwork, or hustle to receive, to have your goals, dreams, and desires. I hope that you received some value from this conversation here. It sparked something within you, that innate knowingness that you already knew about. However, perhaps it's just a matter of remembering, and I hope that this conversation got that remembrance back to you. Now, I invite you to do is introspect and perhaps even journal on these questions and prompts to find whether you are leading in your work and life from alignment. So here are a few journal prompts to help you contemplate and have some revelations. So the first prompt here, the first question is, in what ways are you not showing up as your authentic higher potential self? The next one is, do you trust your intuition, inner knowingness and follow up with that? Or you often just override it or ignore it? Third question is, where are you giving your power away to others or anything outside of you? Say perhaps making some decision, falling on some action. The last question is, what are the action or things that truly lights you up, that brings forth your creative genius, or you just feel that joy and fulfillment when you do them? So what are these action? Use this journal prompt and questions and see what comes up. You will be surprised, and I'm sure there will be a lot of insights and revelation which will help you to understand whether you're operating from your truest authentic self energy or not, and in what ways you can then switch things up. Let me know if this episode was helpful for you. Now, I also want to invite those of you who are feeling called to dive deep further into this kind of a work, to bring their creative force, their inspiration, and dreams to life in much more aligned, fulfilling, and ease way. Then I'm very excited to invite you into my signature 8-week online program, Success Aligned. This is a new paradigm to co create, manifest, and receive success from your highest alignment. This work will change the way you do and how you do things. So you can reach me out on my Instagram handle, which is I am Sharayu Sawant. I will link my Instagram handle in the show note. You can reach me out there and DM me. I'll give you the details about joining the program, and I'll give you all the details pertaining to this program. This is an 8-week live online program where you have an option of exclusive one-on-one support and also working in a very intimate group settings. You can also join our aligned Facebook community to connect with like-minded individuals where we have conversations to unlock your higher potentials. I'll leave a link in the show notes to join this aligned Facebook community. And do not forget to subscribe to my podcast show, Be Your Unapologetic Self. Share your rating for this episode, and I will see you soon with yet another unapologetic podcast episode. Thank you so much for taking out your time and listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead. Thank you.